guys, it's Paige. Long time no talk. It's been, let's see here. I think we're on week 10 of 16 weeks of first semester of nursing school. And I am here to tell you that I absolutely have loved every minute that I've been there. Has it been the easiest? No. Has it been stressful? Yes. But not as stressful as a lot of people have made it to be. I think the first semester you kind of try to get established with how you're going to study and kind of forming study groups, which I kind of have just two people I study with. One in particular, we kind of, after class, will either hang around school or go to Steak and Shake and eat and then study. Usually it's like right before an exam. We've had 3 tests so far. First one I got a 90, which is an A at my school. Second one I got an 84, which is a B. And this last one I got an 80. Oh boy, I'm like going down. I'm trying to figure out what is going to work for me as far as studying is concerned. The first test we had like a month before we took it, so I feel like I just had extra time and everything. Second test, I think between the tests after that we've had like 2 weeks, and this next test I think we'll have like 2.5 weeks, which it's coming up next Wednesday. The questions, like everybody tells you, are critical thinking questions. You have to know the material, read the book. I read the book. Attend lectures, which, is okay, I guess. I don't know how much I get out of attending the lectures. I will always attend the lectures, though. Don't get me wrong. I will go and every time. I don't audio record like I used to. Pretty much because it's kind of like not a gab session, but the instructors engage the class, and they are pretty much like today, the instructor we have 2 different instructors for the classes that I'm taking, and she basically sits up there and just asks us questions about what we're talking about. Today we were talking about, first was bowel elimination, like the second half of bowel elimination, and then we're going into wound care, which in lab we already did the dressing change type thing. I haven't got checked off on it yet, but I will tell you lab is fun. I got up in front of my whole entire class, which was 40 people, well, 39, I'm 40, and 2 instructors, and I changed the tubing on an IV, and I did a saline lock flush, which was exciting because I see it at work all the time. But, for me to do it for the first time in front of the whole class plus 2 instructors was it was a little intimidating, but I did it. And I'm the type of person where I get up in front of the class and do things all the time. And I sit in the front row, so they pick on me like all the time, which is fine. I don't care. That's one thing when you get older, it's kind of like, you care. You don't want everybody to look at you like you're the old person, and you try to want to stay young and everything. But anyway, with age, though, comes, I think, a little more knowledge, life knowledge. So lab is fun. I got checked off on Foley catheters, which I do that at work also, so that wasn't like a big deal. My instructor, she tried to mess me up because she knew I had experience. So when they know you have experience, they try to do that, especially one particular instructor. I love her to death. She's my clinical instructor, and she's awesome. She's been teaching for years and years and years, and she has a lot of knowledge, and so I respect her and I love her. So clinicals, we're in the hospital now. We've been there 2 times, and this past week I got to pass meds because that was another thing in lab. I got checked off on meds, which is so exciting for me. But yeah, this past Thursday is when I I had my clinicals on Thursday, and I was able to give insulin and PO meds, and my instructor was right there with me, and you have to like scan the person, and then you have to scan all the meds, and it's kind of a process and everything, which I'm sure you get used to it, but first time doing it's a little, it's a little scary, especially like the insulin thing, because that's like a big deal. And speaking of meds, I am done with my medication principles class, which was an 8-week class, and I got an A in the class. Yay! So right now I'm getting a B, though, in fundamentals. It's stressing me a bit. But, everybody says Bs are good, but I really have not ever gotten a B, so this is kind of new for me, and it just makes me want to try harder. So anyway, so meds, yes, did meds and clinicals. And my patient I had, it was awesome. I felt like a nurse. I mean, everything I did, I was in there. I did physical assessment on him. And it was awesome. We had to do a care plan for them, like beforehand. And it was kind of hard because, I went the day before and got information on him. But as far as me knowing, getting hands-on and being able to check him out and being able to, like, have a diagnosis and, a goal in mind and everything. It was kind of hard. This is the first time we've had to do this. I think we're going to have to do it from now on in every patient we have, which was kind of neat. It just kind of makes you really think about the meds they're on, about their problem, about problems they could have from the medical issue they're having. It just, oh, hold on. Sorry about that. That's my phone. My daughter's calling me. I will have to call her back. I think I actually answered it. Anyway, she's going to call me back. She's going to say, "What are you doing, you crazy?" Okay, so I was so excited to be in clinicals. I was in my element. I absolutely love it. And I love learning, and I love everything that I'm doing so far. I know it's going to get harder, and I am prepared for that. But we're almost, well, I say we're almost done with the semester. We're getting closer. My next exam, like I said, is this coming, or week after this Wednesday. And it is over elimination, which includes urinary and bowel, and also wound care, skin, that involves wounds, the different types of wounds, and we just started lecture on that today, so I need to really read my chapter. But I had a question from somebody. For some reason I can't locate my comments. Where am I? I'm at 8 minutes. Okay. And I think she was asking about my supplemental materials that I use. One thing that I do have that I have used with, we kind of have to look up our drugs for our patient for clinicals, like beforehand. I have these MediQuick cards, and they have, of course, there were 2 of them that I needed that weren't in there this past time, but I was able to look them up anyway. That is very good to have. That's not something that's on the book list or anything, but I have used that so far. It basically, let me pull one out so I can show you what it has. Oh, that's just, hold on. Sorry. All right. Autovaquon. I don't know. Anyway, this is what it looks like. And it has like adverse effects, interactions, lab results, which is a big thing you have to know, the available form of it, and then on the back it's got like the nursing process, the assessment, diagnosis, implementation, evaluation. So this will kind of help you with the care plan type thing. But I've liked it. I've liked having it. Another thing, I'm going to kind of try to hurry along here. This was a book that somebody else had recommended that I watched a YouTube video. I think it was Rona. I like this book. It has the different chapters. It doesn't have everything that we've been studying, but it has a lot of the stuff. And it basically just takes what you have in your big book, and puts it in smaller pieces so you can like be able to go through the chapter quicker and stuff. Another one is Fundamentals Made Incredibly Easy. This is another one. It's kind of thick, but it's also, it just basically takes the information that's in the big book and puts it into smaller, more condensed version. This is another book I have that we really haven't used much yet, but it's got like the different, if you have somebody with particular problems or whatever, it basically helps you to do the nursing process and to be able to do a care plan for them. Oopsie, I'm dropping stuff. What else? Oh, I did get this. Which this is another book which I've talked about before, Fundamental Success. The Success series is good. I usually will go through questions before the exam, and that's kind of how we did our study group. I would like read questions and everything. So the questions that they have on the test, it's not like try to mess you up, but like this last test, it was very frustrating because, like, you know, you can automatically just throw out 2 answers like they all say, and then there's 2 that could be the answer. Well, on a couple of the questions, it's like both answers to me meant the same thing. It really did. It just like reworded it in a different way. So, and I got the one wrong, and I kind of argued. I didn't argue, but I kind of, you know, asked the teacher if she would accept both answers, and I think she ended up saying no. But anyway, so this is another book that everybody has recommended. I haven't really gotten into it much yet. It does have the different sections. One thing I've noticed about this book, it kind of has it in outline form. And like the urinary system, I was going through that the other day, and it kind of just has the key points and everything. And then after that, it has like NCLEX questions. So I need to go through that a little more. I've got all these supplemental books, which I love them. Don't get me wrong, I really love them. But I do also read the chapter. And I highlight in my book, even though it's a brand new book, I highlight it because I plan on probably keeping my fundamentals book. And so that is my one class right now that is the big one. It's an 8-credit class. It also has the lab. It's fundamentals. So the intro to nursing class is the other class that I'm still taking. It's kind of a silly class to have because we meet like every other time. It's online, and we're having to turn in this group project coming in the near future, next Monday, I think. And, you know, you have to learn how to work in groups. That's another thing. Lots of group projects. I think they said there's 1 per semester per class. So if you have 3 classes, you know you're going to have 3 group projects. And we've had to write papers and stuff, but not anything really hard. Kind of just research a topic and make a paper out of it. So anyway, well, I'm at 13 minutes, and I don't know if it will let me download this whole thing. I don't know anything about editing. So I'm going to bring this to a close, and I will try to give another update within the next couple of weeks. But it's all going great, and I'm very excited, and I hope everybody else is doing well. Also, post comments. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to be able to locate how to get the comments. For some reason, I haven't been able to do that. Maybe no one's making comments. That could be. Anyway, so y'all take care and have a blessed week, and until next time, see ya!